The original building was built in 1876. It burnt down about 12 years later. This structure was built then. We're just maintaining the history of the church, keeping it up, doing the renovation, and trying to keep the church, in good shape. We only had Mass 3 times a year. In 1996, it was designated a chapel because of the lack of priests in the area. And so we are allowed to have Mass 3 times a year, which is Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend, and All Souls Day in November.
Back in the late 1800s, when this church was established, was there a lot of Catholics?
There was several Catholics, and our mother and her sisters would walk to church here 8 miles, and they only had it once a month. And that was a really big event in the area. They would come off of nearby Irish Mountain, and most people walked. They actually made it an all-day event. It wasn't always on Sunday, just when the priest could come and have Mass.
The cemetery out there, it's quite interesting.
Yes, we have, there's over 100 people buried there. Some of them were born in Ireland, including our great-great-grandparents, and came to the U.S. and are buried there. The cemetery represents several different families, mostly Irish immigrants that lived close by here and went to church here over the years. We just are trying to maintain the church as our ancestors did so many years ago, to keep it maintained and keep it up and keep it in good shape.
So I guess you have hopes then that you're going to hand over this to somebody else to keep it going.
My sister and my family and my sister and her family keep it up, and our children will hopefully keep up our tradition as our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents did so many years ago.
I know just walking around the place, I feel a sense of peace.
There is. We've had so many people come up here, and they would come work, and they told us over the years where maybe they wasn't feeling that well that day, and they would come up and work, and it seemed like after they spent some time here, they just felt better. It's a very peaceful atmosphere, and it's just really important to us. What we want people to get is to just to honor the tradition that was started so many years ago in the history of our ancestors and the Irish community and the Catholic community and the surrounding neighbors. Just the tradition of carrying on what was so important and what our families did so many years ago, of the togetherness and fellowship and our Catholic faith.